Hi friends, in this video I will explain the concept of fiber optic cable and also advantages of disadvantages for 7 or maybe 8 marks. So the third thing, it is the under the guided media fiber optic cable. A fiber optic cable is a medium made up of glass or plastic that transmits the signal as a light. To understand how it works, it is important to first grasp the nature of light. So here some of the properties of lights are present. So whenever it has been refracting, so critical angle, it is I is less than the critical angle, I equal to the critical angle, and then I is greater than the critical angle. So less dense, and then more dense. So these are the properties of light. So light travels in a straight line when moving through a uniform material. If a light passes from one substance into another with a different density, the direction in which will be changes or maybe refraction. The angle of incidence at which light bends along the boundaries between the two materials is called critical angle. If the angle is greater than the critical angle, the light reflects instead of refracting. Structure of optical fiber. So optical fiber guide the light through the internal reflection. The core is surrounded by cladding with lower density. This ensures that light reflecting off the core cladding boundary remains in the core. So here we are going to projecting a light and then it will come to the end of a receiver. So within this cladding it is going to reflecting and then it will reach onto the receiver. So next, propagation modes. Optical fiber uses two main modes for light propagation, which is going to indicating multi-mode and signal mode. So in the multi-mode, we'll be having the step index and then graded index. Multi-mode, multiple lights beams travel through the core along the different paths. Again, under that we'll be having the step index fiber. The core has a uniform density and light changes direction abruptly at the core cladding interference. Graded index fiber, the core density gradually decreases from the center, reducing the signal distortion. Single mode uses the step index fiber but has a smaller core and tightly focused at the light. The beams travel nearly parallel and then minimizing the delay and distortion. So this is the what multi-mode step index, how the refraction has been happening, and then multi-mode graded index, and then the signal mode. So these are some of the fiber size are present. So optical fibers are classified with the ratio of a core diameter to cladding. Single mode fiber typically has a smaller core diameter compared to the multi-mode fibers. Compositions, outer jackets are present, caliber strands, plastic coating, and then core and then cladding. So as we have previously discussed coaxial cable and the twisted pair, we will be having the connectors. Here also in the optical fiber also we will be having the connectors. So subscriber channel SC connector, push pull locking used in the cable TV, or maybe straight tip buoy net locking used in networking, and then empty RJ same size as RJ45 are used for a data network. So these are the connectors, SC connectors, ST connectors, and then empty RJ connectors. So and then with the performance wise, we'll be utilizing on the wavelength division multiplexing WDM, and then some of the applications are backbone networks, hybrid networks, and then local area networks. And then in the question they have asked advantages of optical fiber. So here higher bandwidth supports higher data rates, less signal attenuation, can transmit over longer distance without needing a repeater. Immunity to electromagnetic interference, not affected by electromagnetic noise. Resistance to corrosive materials, more durable in harsh environment, lightweight, lighter than the copper cables, greater immunity to tapping, more secure than the copper cables. And then some of the disadvantages of optical fiber are installation and then maintenance requires special skills. So unidirectional light propagation requires the two fiber for bidirectional communication. And then with respect to the cost wise, more expensive than the other cables, especially if the bandwidth demand is low. Fiber optic cables offers numerous benefits. particularly in high bandwidth and long distance application, but their cost and technical requirement must be carefully considered. Thank you.